This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Yes, indeed, Fleet and Footy. I just sent out a tweet moments ago, Lou. Said, if only we had this hour-long soccer show so that we could discuss exciting Jacksonville Armada events. Well, we got one to discuss. Obviously, late last night, the boys in blue coming out victorious. You see the celebrations with the blue and the yellow smoke, the team getting together, taking the pictures, having a good time. And, well, I don't think that really spoils it for you, the fact that they won. But they won. A victory for the Jacksonville Armada as they get the job done against the New Orleans Jesters in the opening round of the NPSL playoffs, taking down the New Orleans Jesters in the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference semifinal. So, big win for the boys in blue to get it done.
Yeah, it was an exciting game. We've seen New Orleans a couple of times this year. We talked about it so much in the broadcast, how familiar these teams are with each other, how familiar they are with each other's play styles. And, the boys were up for it, a really physical challenge, and they really stepped up to the plate and played really well.
All right, well, Llerandi here with me, Stuart Weber. We had the call for you last night on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Certainly hope you had a chance to watch the broadcast, and maybe a little better than being in the rain. We weren't in the rain. I mean, we were in the broadcast booth.
We were dry the entire match.
We did
not envy being out in the rain, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, we were good. Yeah, it was raining. I think the first 80 minutes of it maybe were raining.
It felt like almost the entire 90.
It felt like almost the full 90.
I went out
you went out for your post-match interview.
Dry.
Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be. And we mentioned how big this is to get the playoff run started. Now it's win or go home the rest of the way. And for the Armada, that's win 5 or 6 matches and you win a national championship. And that's certainly the ultimate goal, is to go on and win the national championship. But you got to do it one match at a time. You got to take care of the business in front of you. And on Wednesday night, that was the New Orleans Jesters, who they had just played mere days ago. They had just gone out to New Orleans. As you check out the bracket and what's up next for the boys in blue, it'll be Naples United FC coming to town. And for Jacksonville, a chance to avenge the lone defeat of the season. They have avenged the lone draw by beating New Orleans. That was the one team that they drew against in a 0-0 slugfest here in Jacksonville.
I was going to say, it wasn't the prettiest of games.
It wasn't, but it wasn't a boring 0-0 game either. All. I will say that. And by the way, no surprise that it was such a physical matchup last night. We kind of saw that coming. We kind of knew that it would be one of those kind of games against a veteran, older kind of team in New Orleans. And yeah, I mean, we saw 3 yellow cards on each side. We saw some kerfuffles. Some scuffling, just a
little bit of pushing and shoving.
Exactly what we expected to see in that one. By the way, I was asking you as we walked into the office, how late were you buzzing last night? After one of those kind of environments and those matches, it is just wild how it's like you can't settle in.
Well, unfortunately, you and I are always looking ahead. So I don't know
what you mean.
I've been constantly looking towards the next match, what the potential matchups may be, if we move on, if we keep winning. So yes, I was definitely excited throughout the night seeing the potential matchups we could possibly get if we keep advancing on nationwide in this tournament.
Yeah, and part of it is because for us from a scheduling and planning standpoint, we'll certainly get your highlights and your interviews here coming up shortly. For us from a scheduling and planning standpoint, we have to know these things, right? We have to know for the facility, for the broadcast, for the staffing and everything that goes along with it. And depending on what happens in those other matches, you could be at home on Wednesday. You could be at home on Saturday. You could be on the road on Saturday if you were at home on Wednesday and won. So a whole lot of stuff to kind of get to. And Daniel saying he didn't get to sleep till 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey,
He watched the replay, I think. And didn't you tell Daniel to watch the replay last night?
He was asking on social media for the highlights.
Okay.
And luckily for Daniel, I was at home and I was also unable to sleep right away. And so I posted I edited some highlights together at the house and threw them up on Instagram and on Twitter. And by the way, I threw the old hashtag SC Top 10. Do they message me if they want to use it, or do we just have to find out by watching SportsCenter?
Just let them take it. Just let them
Nobody
take
watches.
it.
Nobody watches.
I'm sure
SportsCenter.
I hope they tagged someone.
How is there not a SportsCenter account on Twitter or a top 10 account that just posts the top 10 for ESPN?
That's the best part of the show.
Tags each individual entity. Usually it's these small organizations or people that are having their videos seen. And how is that not a thing? I don't know. I digress. But I do want everybody to get this clip onto the SportsCenter top 10. All right, Hamby, let's get to the highlights, shall we? And here we go. This is it. This is your SportsCenter top 10 clip. And what a clip it was. 55 yards out. I think the craziest part, and you hear me going crazy in the background because I was literally talking about the Ricardo Gomez midfield shot from the previous match on Saturday. Watch the back heel. Just a little back heel. Takes the knock.
Really nice pass.
Marquez right to Moritz-Zettel. And that's his first goal of the season, the 19-year-old.
Yeah, it's impressive to do that for your first goal, but Moritz-Zettel's been all around the 18-yard box. I know he's been dying for a goal
this
angle's
good, too. Look at this one. He just launched that thing perfectly.
It's just a laser. Usually it's more of a looping shot, those half-field goals, but that was just an absolute laser.
Keeper might have jumped a little early, but that's okay.
He made it look good.
But here's the selly. This is even the better part.
He's jumping higher than the keeper here, Mozettel.
Look at this. Look at that. That's a celebration of a guy who's been waiting to score all season long and ready to go and show it.
He knew that I was going to clip that up till the end of time. So
yes, that will make it into future clips for us. Excited. We used a lot of smoke there. Jacksonville, by the way, was up 1-0. I thought they were going to go up 2-0 on this corner kick, but I think it is Gomez there on the near post, and look at that, just off his knee. Now Gomez is a smart, savvy player. He's a veteran for sure. You could see his arms behind his back, and he's just there to block that ball from going off the post and in, and did his job very well, did the captain for the Jesters. We continue in the first half. It looked like Jacksonville was trying to clear this thing. Cole Spady puts it back into the mixer, and in doing so, before that ball went into the back of the net, it went off of the hand of Nicholas Scargill. Good call. It was a handball inside the box, and so they get a penalty kick. The bigger thing in this play that you're not really going to see as much is that Paul Danner, in leaping, kind of tweaked a muscle and is down, and he had to leave the game. I had a chance to talk with Coach Krasanovic after the game. They're going to see how the week goes and see what we can do. Obviously, it's a short turnaround to Saturday. That's the problem for the captain and Paul Danner. You see him number 6 there, just full stretch, and that's tough. That's tough when you go full stretch. Sometimes you can injure yourself, and we're just hoping that Paul Danner's all right and kind of can get back to it. We'll keep an eye on that as we head towards Saturday, but that the handball results in a penalty kick, a cheeky little penalty kick, as you see from Eric Gunera for the Jesters. Do you like those? Do you like the change of pace penalty?
I think maybe.
Do you like it when your team does it?
I would say maybe he had it in mind with the young keeper, and he knew maybe Andy Dunn was definitely going to commit to a side, but it always looks nice when it goes in the back of the net.
It looks nice, but when it doesn't,
it looks horrible.
It looks awful.
It looks horrible.
But hey, good dive. I don't mind it from Andy Dunn, the academy product between the pipes for this one. Played a great match. He did what he had to do. And then we go to the second half. This is just a couple minutes after coming on. Lewis Matton. And really, this was one of those plays where it just came kind of out of nowhere. You poke the ball away, and then suddenly he's way behind the defense. You see number 3 and number 5 a little overcommitted. They leave their teammate kind of hung out to dry there. It gives Matton the chance to work around, and he hit it by the slimmest of margins too, as far as getting that ball to the side, the far post, getting it past the keeper. Bosco, who was forced to make a number of saves over the course of this match. But Lewis Matton, how about it? Scoring the game winner for the Jacksonville Armada. That was your final, 2-1, as the boys in blue get the job done. You can see the fans are excited. Jorge Gomez still over the moon. Yeah, Daniel, I got you those clips. I know it was probably a little later. I don't know if he went to bed already because like the like or the retweet of his was like not till the next morning. Like, maybe he went to bed. I hope he didn't.
I think my retweet was the same night, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably. You're pretty good about that.
Yeah, I'm just how to get the content out as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We're content people. Fleet and Footy. Speaking of content, if you watched the broadcast, you saw Lewis's interview with Lewis. So we can cue that up and hear from the game winner as we had a little Lewis and Lewis action going on. You called him Louie?
I called him Louie because I didn't want to. I'm sure you said Lewis is with Lewis. So
I did.
But,
Attaboy, Daniel.
Sometimes the nicknames come out when I'm interviewing the guys. G, like we had G on the show.
Yeah.
I was calling Gianni G or Giancarlo G, which is also another
So
name.
is Lewis's nickname Louie?
Louie, I mean, I'm a Lewis, so I get tons of Lewis nicknames. Luis.
Does anyone else call you Big Lou or just me?
I think you have now popularized the term now. You have popularized the term.
That's what I'm talking about. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Well, let's see Lewis and Lewis after the match last night.
Scorer Louis Matten. Lewis, you obviously come on in a big moment late in the game, 1-1. What's going through your mind on the sideline?
Just to come on, make an impact like I feel I have been, and just get the winning goal when it's 1-1 and you're a striker. It's so exciting, to try to score the winner.
Well, you make that immediate impact, coming on and just a few minutes later scoring. Was there something specific that Tommy Krzanovich and the staff told you to do?
Just do what I can do, really. Like, they brought in all of us to do what we can do. Tommy's just motivated, do it for the fans. Matty just gave me his words of advice, and yeah, just do what I do.
You mentioned it there, do it for the fans. The fans get to come back here Saturday night once again for the final. What does that mean to you to play against such a fun, in front of such a fun fan base?
It's amazing. Like, I've never really had it. When you got the fans here, it gives you that extra 10%. That's why it was so big win in New Orleans. We get the fans, and just massive thank you to them as well. Like, they're great. They're awesome.
Gotta say, I was a big fan of the music they're pumping in the background. Right?
Kylie Minogue.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay. Lewis mentioned it, by the way, how crucial this match was. We're showing some of the pictures from Saturday. We didn't, here's the deal. We've had 2 matches since our last Fleet and Footy. We're not really going to touch as much on the win in New Orleans, but Lewis mentioned it. I mean, it was huge because of that win. The Armada are now home this Saturday. Had they drawn or lost at the Jesters, they would have had to be going to Naples this Saturday. So this was huge to go down there and get a 3-1 win against New Orleans on Saturday. You were there. Tell me a little bit about that evening and that atmosphere that you guys faced down in the Big Easy, Big Lou.
Yeah, it was nice. A couple of Section 904 made the drive all the way across I-10 down to New Orleans.
They went 10 for 10, by the way. They went to all 10 home and away matches this year.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
I've done that before, but working for the team.
Yeah, it's a little different. You didn't even go 10 for 10 this year.
Not this year,
Okay.
But I have in years past. But yeah, it was a really interesting stadium, Tad Gormley Stadium, built in 1934.
Some history there.
Got it renovated in 2005 under like a grant given by Reggie Bush back in the day, but has hosted some really cool matches.
Reggie Bush, the running back?
Yes, Reggie Bush, the running back.
Yep. Probably from when he was with the Saints. I would guess.
Yeah,
makes sense. Put 2
but
and 2 together here.
2 set piece goals in this game. One of those set pieces was a fantastic free kick goal from that man right there, Sebastian Zettel. But another really hard fought game, tough,
physical.
I
was gonna say Mo Zettel, who we're gonna hear from in just a second. He showed me he had like a little bit of a fat lip from. It was either an elbow
he was
or maybe
getting fouled quite a bit.
Maybe a punch from that game in Saturday where he got some contact. But Jacksonville gets the last laugh. They get the victory in that one. And because of it, they'll be home this upcoming Saturday. All right, let's hear from Mo Zettel. He obviously scored that fantastic goal in the first half, his first goal of the season, but nonetheless crucial to get the scoring started for the boys in blue. Here is the young Austrian brother of Sebastian, but on this case, the goal scorer, Mo Zettel, after the win.
The Jacksonville Armada are moving on, a 2-1 victory over the New Orleans Jesters, and they will be right back here at Edward Waters on Saturday to host the Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference Championship game. We will see how that one plays out. For this one, it's Moritz Zettel who gets the Jacksonville Armada on the board. Walk me through the play, Mo. You have this ball just kind of backheeled to you by Gustavo Marquez. You're at midfield, and you just let that thing fly.
Yeah, I basically looked up. I saw the keeper was out, and I just let it rip, basically. It felt like the ball was in the air like 30 minutes, but when it went in, I was just big relief, and I just put my hands up and let everyone hug me. It was like when your family is, that's basically our family, and I just love it. And then the celebration after.
You showed some athleticism there. Have you been? That's your first goal of the season. You've been holding that one in, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm very good with gymnastic stuff, so I had to do a little flick flack. So yeah,
I like it. We're at that point in the season now. The playoffs. You got to win to keep the season alive. What is that feeling like for you guys in the huddle? For you guys on the bench? That group knowing that at this time of year, it's win or nothing. You have to win these matches.
But that's it. But basically, we're a big family, and we're confident every game because we have insane quality on our team, and I think no one can beat us. Actually, like we're the best team in the conference, and like going forward, I'm pretty confident that we can win everything.
That is certainly the mindset you have to have at this point in the season. I want you to take me back to the goal for New Orleans. So they score on a penalty kick, but it comes at the same time that the captain, Paul Danner, goes down with an injury. Yeah. What were the discussions like in that huddle as some of the veteran leadership guys like your brother Sebastian were trying to settle the group down and remind them that there was still a whole nother 45 minutes and that upcoming penalty still to come?
Yeah, it was a shocker, to be honest, because we had 2 fouls on the opposing 16-yard box. Is it 18-yard box? Yeah. And then after Paul Danner gets hurt and they still get the penalty, I was actually very shocked. But yeah, we came back. That's the only thing that like matters. And yeah, we won it. That's all we can say.
Yeah, that is all you can say. Mo Zettel, appreciate him joining me after that one. And by the way, we have now learned what a flick flack is. It's a back handspring. It's another term for a back handspring. But he did his was with a twist. It had a little.
It was extra acrobatic.
Maybe would you call it like an inverted flick flack? Because he did the back handspring, but he also did a 180 in the midst of the flip. Could you do that, Lewis? You don't have the gymnastics background?
I can't even do a cartwheel, Stuart. There's no way I could do a cartwheel.
I mean, you could try. Well, I bet people at home would pay for that.
It'd be a good one.
Maybe we'll get them the pre-match show on Saturday.
I would have to be taught. Like, I don't even know how to. I wouldn't even know how to attempt to.
Maybe
get in a cartwheel stance.
That's a segment. You and Mo Zettel can figure out how to do a flick flack.
Oh my gosh, there's a flick flack is not happening. Flick flack or flip flap?
I think both, actually.
Oh, okay.
If I saw it.
Maybe he did a flip flap.
No, he said flick flack.
Okay.
Or a flip flop.
A flip flop.
Or a back handspring.
Back handspring.
Back handspring is the term everybody knows, but you're seeing more of the images, by the way. The images coming out of this one, both from the Jacksonville Armada photographers, a few other photographers that were on hand to capture the moments have been fantastic. It's just so cool to see some of those moments being captured, and the smoke always looks good.
Well, and the fans, stuck through that tough weather.
They did.
Hoping, fingers crossed. I've been looking ahead at the weather once again, Mr. Look Ahead. But it looks nice Saturday. It's looking nice.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: we dodged what we needed to dodge last night, and that was any electricity in the air. Luckily, we didn't have what happened to the jumbo shrimp the night before, where you had the thunderbalk.
Yes.
Did you see that, Hamby?
I did.
I know Hamby, big baseball guy.
I made sure that was in the morning newscast the next morning.
Had a baby. Just dragged it from my show the previous night.
Pretty much.
Good man. You should. You should have. Absolutely. For those who don't know what we're talking about, by the way, Jumbo Shrimp were watching the broadcast of the game last night because they said, Shrimp mentioned. So they heard us talk about the Thunderbalk.
We love talking about all our Jacksonville
By the way,
teams.
no weather delay on the Thunderbalk. I guess that strike was not within the 6-mile radius, even though it hit the stadium.
Garrett was quick to mention that.
But I digress. But technically, when you see one outside, that's when you do it, and you see it coming towards you. If it's one rogue strike on your stadium, do you still call it? I don't know. I feel like they still would have had to, take a 30-minute breather there, but I digress. But more importantly, didn't have to worry about that last night. And what's up with playing the Jesters and it raining?
Happens a lot.
The 0-0 match in the regular season was delayed,
Well,
and that was the one.
rain bugs at their old stadium, so I'm glad
that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's
It was like little termite flies that would
not
fly
like
around.
locusts, right?
They were little, but they were
Apocalypse
annoying.
coming after you.
They were annoying.
Annoying gnats. Some gnats.
Yeah. They didn't bite, though. They weren't even natty. They were like,
Okay.
it was...
Maybe a lighter version,
Yeah.
a natty light, if you will. Okay. Shout out to Jorge Gomez, per reliable source, Chavi, saying Section 904 Chance had the energy that helped him get through the game last night. That's what they're there for, man. That's what Section 904 brings to the table. They bring that energy and they give it to the players, and the players return the favor by scoring some fantastic goals and then celebrating with the boys and girls of Section 904 afterwards. So, what's Sean? I may have spoken a lot of French last night. I'm guessing he means naughty French words.
Yeah, I would assume
Yeah,
so.
choice words.
Choice words in French. Probably not like baguette.
But it's an atmosphere that, not a lot of NPSL teams get.
That's true.
You know,
1,000%.
I know the boys in blue definitely appreciate the love from Section 904.
All right, we're going to keep talking about the win last night and about what's to come in the NPSL, but we're going to take a quick break. We do want to let you know that on Saturday, we'll have the game for you again. That's the great thing about winning and being a top seed is that you get some home matches. Now, programming note, this one, much like a couple of the matches throughout the course of this season have been, will be on the news stream. So it's on actionnewsjacks.com or the Action News Jacks Now stream on the app. So not the sports stream. Sports stream will have the Jacksonville Sharks game as they will be at home, by the way, 9-4, looking good. Second place in the East, at a baby Shark. Keep it going. That'll be on the sports stream. We'll have the Armada on the news stream. So you know what? We're going double barrel once again. Live local sports here in Jacksonville. You love to see it. We love to show it. So we'll have that for you coming up this Saturday night playoff game. Or come see us in person. Come on out to Edward Waters University. That's the best way to experiencing it. As much as it's great to listen to Lewis and myself yap all about it. Go get your tickets online. JacksonvilleArmada.com. The link is up. You can go do that right now. Come out and support the boys in blue and continue to support us by sticking with us as we'll be right back here on Fleet and Footy. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Armada rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is home. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jax 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jags, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brett and Austin Show. They're all in on Trevor. Of course. Download the Action News Jax Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjax.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jax 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
2024 provided plenty of memorable moments for the Jacksonville Armada on the pitch, including another conference championship game appearance for Tommy Kruzanovich's under-23 men's team. Debuting this year for the first time, the girls in blue, as the Armada fielded a women's under-23 side in the WPSL and made its presence known with some highlight moments.
Potential goal of the season!
Then attention turned to the future, with MLS Next teams representing the Armada badge in 3 age divisions this fall, including an under-19 squad ranking among the best in the state. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
And welcome back to Fleet and Footy. Louis Llerandi and Stuart Weber breaking down all things Jacksonville Armada from a Wednesday night victory for the boys in blue as they get the job done. Yeah. I like the high camera sometimes.
You can't see me.
What? Yeah, there you go. Just kind of. It's mainly an audio forum, right? We just add the video. These are the cameras that.
Yeah, but I like when I have my Lewis cam. I like the Sky cam up here. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, that ego is getting too big for this show.
Hamby
look,
helps out with the Sky cam.
Hamby's feeding right into it. Lewis, let's see the shirt.
It's the commercial shirt.
We're as we support MADA because we are MADA. I was asking you that as we were walking into the building. I'm like, who's MADA?
Still have not.
I guess we are MADA. We are MADA.
Still wear a new outfit every single show. Haven't doubled the outfits.
Okay, so you haven't worn this shirt yet?
I wore the home kit of this, the navy blue.
We have 2 versions of the shirt?
There's 2. You had to be colorful in the commercial.
Which one did you wear in the commercial?
Oh, I didn't have this on the commercial, but I had this on another episode of Fleet and Footy.
Okay, the other one.
I make my 1 appearance in the commercial, like 1 second appearance.
Yeah, you're in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I thought about going down there for that one, but I think I had work or something.
It was a fun day. We probably annoyed the people living on that street.
1,000%, I bet you were annoyed
the
some
banging
people.
of the drums and the singing of the chants.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And the popping of the smoke, too. The smoke did not help.
I bet it didn't help.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Goodness gracious. So, Jacksonville Armada, they win. 2-1 against the New Orleans Jesters last night. Everybody's buzzing.
Buzzing.
I saw, we follow the guys on social media. I saw We Move. Hamby. Figured you'd like that.
Yeah.
We move.
Well, you heard it. A lot of confidence in Mo Zettel during that interview.
Yes.
I think, a lot of these guys are buying into that Armada culture that we talk about so much on this show.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I will say this. This is now the point in the show where I want the players to not listen because we're going to look ahead. And that's what we do as broadcasters. And that's what we do is we like to take a look at how things kind of look ahead as far as these playoffs go. For those who don't know, the NPSL is a nationwide conference with teams all over the country competing in these playoffs. Started with 42 teams. After last night, I think 20 or so of those got knocked out, 18. A couple matches still to go later on tonight, and we had a forfeit this morning as well, which is unfortunate because it's one of the matches that we were watching.
I was dying to see if they were going to get that in because, it decides a lot for us later on.
It decides a lot for us as soon as next week. So for the team, again, the team needs to focus on the one team in front of them.
Yeah. Plug your ears.
Plug your ears and don't listen to this part. We are projecting out. That's what we do on the broadcast because we're not players. We're not focused on Naples. You are focused on Naples players. Just saying. Just hang with me here. In the overall national seeding, the Jacksonville Armada are fifth in the national seeding. As far as the South region is concerned, second, only behind Hickory FC, who earned that forfeit win this morning because the team they were supposed to play last night before a weather delay forfeited the match. Yeah. See, look, Derek's got it covered.
Everyone's confident.
They're confident. Hey, confidence is key. I'm just saying, I would rather have a bye week on Wednesday, and then host the South Region Championship here on Saturday.
So, you know what? I'm thinking
I would rather have that.
If Hickory wins, they get a double bye.
Well, they would have had a bye in this round and a bye in the next.
Some rest, that's 2 games.
They call that the El Farolito treatment, who basically has a bye into the Final Four of the NPSL, but I digress. We'll get into that in a second. Okay, so Hickory is the top-ranked team points per game throughout the course of the season, top-ranked team in the South. If they win their conference, and there's 3 conferences in the South, they would host the winner of the 3-2 matchup next Saturday, which means Jacksonville would have a home game on Wednesday, assuming they beat Naples, because you have to beat the team in front of you. That's Naples this upcoming Saturday. They would then host either the Lubbock Matadors or the West Texas FC. That's the other group. That's the Lone Star Conference. You got Lone Star Conference, Gulf Coast Sunshine Conference, and the Southeast Conference. So there'll be 3 winners. Based on their point per game in the regular season, they will seed them 1, 2, 3. 1 gets a bye, plays at home Saturday. 2 plays on Wednesday against 3 at home, and then the winner of that has to go to 1 on Saturday. That's not too confusing, right? I think we broke that down pretty easily.
Honestly, on the wiki, it looks really simple laid out. The little bracket style that they have.
I did it on a paper.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it on a paper as well.
That's how you're reading it. It makes sense.
Yeah. It's not a pure bracket. That's all we're saying. Like a pure bracket, you got your path. You can see your path. It's not how this one works. So, for anybody who wants to have that bye match, because it's 2 matches in a week, if not. If you want to get that Wednesday bye, Hickory getting smoked. I like it, Josh. Thank you. I just had some smoked chicken. It was really good. Shout out here at the station for catering a meal.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
That's what they say. By the way, here we go. There is space available in that corner.
There is.
Just throwing that out there.
I didn't mention the company.
You didn't? You didn't?
I said their very awesome slogan that I get to say a lot during a JUPA.
Oh, do you?
events,
Okay, that makes sense. It is very good, including the banana pudding. There's space. Space up there in the corner. You see the rotating logos? I'm just saying. Support the show. Support Nathan. Support Lewis. Support Stuart.
Exactly.
Thank you, Alive Credit Union. We love you. Okay. Everybody's rooting for Appalachian FC on Saturday. That's the point here.
Up the Squatch.
Up the Squatch. Is that what they actually do? I bet it is.
I know they refer to themselves as Squatch.
Squatch. Well, they have a Sasquatch mascot.
Yes.
That is their mascot.
The Sasquatch.
Hamby, I'm going to need you to quickly search for and provide some imagery of the Appalachian FC mascot.
In the early U.S. Open Cup rounds, we had a video of him.
We have shown video of them on Fleet and Footy before. Now, I'm not expecting you to go find that video. They showed it. It was in the woods, right?
Yes, he crawled out of the woods.
Came out of the woods. Anyhow, we're rooting for Appalachian FC to go on the road, beat Hickory on Saturday, because that gives Jacksonville 1 match off next Wednesday, assuming they win on Saturday, and then they would host the South Region Final next Saturday. Otherwise, if they beat Naples, they would then host the number 3 seed from out in Texas somewhere, either in Lubbock or in beautiful Midland, Texas. Shout out to West Texas FC.
Yeah,
I lived there for 2 years, Lewis.
A lot of good high school
yes,
football.
Thank you, Hamby. Out of baby. We're rooting for that guy. Come out of the woods, come score a brace, get the job done.
So
they did win 6. They won 6-1.
Squidman versus Squatchman. Who wins?
A squid, obviously. Yeah. They would first have to take on one of those. They would have to travel to West Texas before they came to us, or Lubbock, which is also technically in West Texas in a way. It's in the Panhandle, but you know what I mean. That's a good rivalry, by the way. Lubbock and West Texas.
Very good teams out there.
That's like Jacksonville, Orlando, as far as city rivalries go between Midland and Lubbock. They're 2 hours apart. And when their teams compete against each other, it's kind of like that. Although their teams are usually in the same district because they're so sparse out there in terms of high school athletics. The Midland and Odessa teams would have to play teams from Lubbock and quite a few sports. Okay.
Imagine seeing Lou in this.
Let's see it. Yes! The squatchiest soccer kit in America.
That's too much.
Lou, I mean, if you had something like that, I guarantee you, you'd have more Lou Cam time.
I'm surprised that you're subscribing to this idea.
He'd have less time on his schedule though because of all the dates that he'd be on.
Sundowns jersey, but you like the hairy jersey. This is making me uncomfortable. I really don't like this jersey. I really don't.
See, I wonder if you can really see what's underneath, in person.
What you don't realize is that's actually what Lou looks like underneath this shirt. So he wouldn't even need the jersey.
That's true.
Nah, I'm kidding.
That's why I was zipped up last night in my interview. That's fine.
That's right. Yeah, had that zipped up. Okay. I don't know. Where are we? We're off track here. I was trying to explain a little bit about the NPSL playoffs. See, that's what I'm talking. Where is Squid Vicious, by the way? Is he tucked away in a locker somewhere?
I know where he is.
You know where he is?
I know where he dwells.
Can we
Davy Jones' locker right now. As of now, he's sleeping. He's resting.
Is there a way to maybe bring him out Saturday for the conference championship game?
I think if we keep winning,
we need to keep winning. We can't get him this Saturday.
Yeah, because if we do win, we go back to the South Regional, tournament.
We have a home
which we
game.
haven't done since 2022.
We have a home game no matter what if we win Saturday. It's just a matter of if it's Wednesday or Saturday. By the way, so that's the point here.
Yeah.
How about this? If they win the conference title, you could guarantee the next home match, Squid Vicious will be there.
What is the guaranteeing stuff? I cannot guarantee anything.
What do you mean? You have pull.
I'm not the guarantee guy. With that stuff. I'm not the guarantee guy.
You are.
I can't wake up Squid Vicious. I don't know if I have the ability to do that.
The hell you don't? Are you kidding? Of course you do.
It's a tough task.
You are among the 10 most important employees of the Jacksonville Armada.
I was gonna say, but I don't know if I have the keys to Davy Jones' locker like that to wake him up, and I think we have to keep winning. I think that's
at what point.
And then he wakes up naturally. It's kind of like a Godzilla situation, where he
can the chat support me if the chat wants to see Squid Vicious.
Support you.
If the chat wants to see Squid Vicious, can you please chime in here?
I just don't want to guarantee. I would love to see Squid Vicious myself, but I can't guarantee anything for any specific game just yet.
We move.
We move.
It's peer pressure, huh?
Anyhow, so we're keeping an eye on some of the other teams around the country for the possibility, because if you win the South, then you have a chance to host some games in the Final Four, which El Farolito will almost certainly do because they're in the West, and there's only one conference in the West.
I want to go.
You don't want to go.
I want to eat the burrito.
Release the Kraken, says Jason. Yes. Lewis out if no Squid Vicious. Now we're talking. The chat is behind me. The chat is behind.
Lewis out does not exist.
Yeah, Lewis ain't going anywhere, by the way. Let you know that. So yeah, El Farolito, they're the number 1 overall seed. They will play their semifinal on Saturday because they don't even have a regional regionals to do. This is their regionals and it's their conference. So they play a team that's 6-6 for a chance to play in the regional final against another team that's barely 500, over 500. But anyhow, Virginia Dream, the 2 seed, one to watch. Westchester United SC, they play tonight. So let's go Electric City Shock SC, although their record indicates that would be a big shock were something to happen. Lewis going to be back playing FIFA. Do we have video of you playing FIFA in the early days?
There might be some raw files on my computer.
Hamby, you may not know this, but Lewis was our official virtual Armada member in the early days. They had they had these competitions between, was it major teams do this too, or just lower level?
It was a lower league kind of a thing.
A lower league thing where each team would have a representative that played FIFA for this club. And Lewis was the Armada's official gamer.
I was that boy. I was a young man.
You still are. You were the guy. If I recall,
there was no season. The season got canceled for
that's right.
NPSL.
This was a 2020 thing,
and so I was, the quote unquote season, which was actually a lot of fun to be able to integrate myself to Section 904. They got to see my face before getting to work full time with the club, but it was a lot of fun.
For an inside the business thing in terms of TV, sometimes what we'll do. Look at Jorge's on you too. Come on, Lou. Sometimes what we'll do is if there's like a local standout or somebody associated with a local team, we have this idea, okay, I'm going to run this if they win. Do you know how many times I was set up and said, all right, I'm going to give Lewis a shout out and I'm going to run this if he wins, and I just didn't get the chance to do it.
Go through the social media.
Time after time after time.
There's definitely some W graphics in there. There totally is.
That you made for yourself?
At the time, I was making some of those, yeah. Not all of them, actually. I had some help at that time.
On your page, or?
No,
for the Armada page. He had to go compete.
This is still my job, Hamby.
And then make his own graphic for his win that he achieved.
Same job, Hamby. Same job.
I love it. Gabs, that's right. Happy birthday, Jason. I did see one of the famous happy birthday images passed around on the Section 904 group page on the Facebook. Inside joke for those folks who participate. If I had a cupcake, I would hold it up right now. Actually, look, someone's going to screen grab this.
Oh, this is a
hold
good
your hands
one.
up. Come on, hold your hands up. And then look at the camera. All right, there you go. So now one of them can go ahead and
that might
screen grab.
There's going to be, I don't even.
Screen grab that. They're going to put a cupcake in your hand.
I really hope it's a cupcake.
What else would it be? It's a cupcake.
Who knows?
This is an honored tradition for Section 904.
I've seen the picture. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we are now going to be added to the lore for future birthdays.
Well, and also, you know who else's birthday it is today? U19's head coach Elmar Bolowic's birthday.
Elmar, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the Go-To-Witch, Elmar.
All right. I think he's a little older than Jason. Jason, 40, right?
You're exposing the age.
No. He was.
Okay, all
he's right there with me.
All right.
I just turned 40 in June. I don't know. Last month,
sometimes
I could say it too.
People's ages don't want to be public. Publicized.
No. 40's a good one, man. 40's strong. By the way, party. There you go. Party at Jason's on Saturday. That leads into the Section 904 tailgate, which leads into the match. They are going to be ready. Suffice to say.
Ready is a good word.
Ready is a great word. All right. We've talked enough about the NPSL and about the boys in blue. Time for another quick break. When we come back, we got some soccer. Some soccer to talk about, Lou. Around the world.
Besides Armada soccer.
Is there? I kind of feel like this is all we got, man. This is what matters. We got the Open Cup. MLS Open Cup, and we've got the Women's Euros to talk about and the Club World Cup. We got all that coming up, and of course, your weird soccer story of the week. But don't forget, we got your playoff game this Saturday on the Action News Jacks Now stream, on the news stream, not the sports stream. We will see you there, but we really want to see you there. Come on out to Edward Waters University. Get your tickets on JacksonvilleArmada.com. That is the best way to experience it. Come join Section 904 for one heck of a party. We're going to have a good time. By the way, Ruby Beach for the pregame tailgate. They will be hitting up Ruby Beach beforehand. On Sunday, they actually have their award ceremony, and we'll be watching the Club World Cup final as well. So hook up with Section 904 and have a great time this weekend. We will be right back on Fleet and Footy.
Ancla Dorada. The official bear of your Jacksonville Armada.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7. People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Oh, what do we have here, Lewis?
Oh my God. A FIFA cheese. Look at that.
What exactly is FIFA cheese here?
People who play FIFA,
you got screwed.
Know about the FIFA cheese going on here. I'm sure that
you got eliminated from the knockout stage.
You don't want to find a winning graphic,
This is much better, Jason. Thank you.
This is the only one I could find.
Okay.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Lou, help me. What I need more on the cheese thing. What is it? What's the backstory?
Well,
all right. Let me give this a shot. If I may.
Yes, please do, Hamby.
All right. So if my goalie is saving a shot like 95% of the time, and it magically goes through his hands, and they score, FIFA cheese.
That's FIFA cheese.
Okay. If I send a cross in that's literally right on my guy's head, and he sends it way over the bar when my finger did not, in fact, hold down that thing.
FIFA cheese. Yeah.
So 4 times that happened to you? I saw you lost 4-1.
No, well, you know what it sounds like?
Just curious.
Is that
if it was like 1-0, I could maybe see.
Anytime you hit the crossbar, FIFA cheese.
I think
you hit the crossbar a lot that match?
I'm just letting you know, FIFA 20, there were a lot of exploits in that game that if you really wanted to...
Was Old Town cheating? Do you want to put that out there?
No cheating.
Okay.
No cheating. But if you wanted to cheese your way into a win, you definitely could have and played some, less than ugly FIFA, let's say. Which I was playing some ugly FIFA back then. I was trying to do the exploits, but something must have happened there. For me to tweet out FIFA cheese, must have been in.
You were hot
because I don't tweet out replies that much, and especially back then. I know that you can definitely find Jason Hambone.
You were heated.
A good video of me trying to call out Chad Ochocinco at the age of 19 to play me in FIFA, because if you know anything about Chad Ochocinco, he's very big about the FIFA, and he actually played for Boca Raton FC down in the UPSL. So I actually got one of his jerseys signed, Boca Raton Ochocinco jersey signed. But that would be a deep pull.
To somebody who's
that's
holy cow.
It's a really deep pull.
Can you wear that next week on the show?
Yeah, I can.
You got it in there somewhere, right?
I have.
Maybe that's an off-season one. Wear it in the off-season for me at some point.
No. Right now, sticking with the Armada gear. We'll stick with the Armada gear right now. And I might have to switch up and throw a women's Spain jersey on pretty soon if they keep winning the way that they're doing.
All right, you want to use that as a segue?
Yeah, why not? Let's go to it.
Hey, I'll allow you to lead the conversation with the segue. Let's start with pick number 1 as we break down the women's Euros. I'm not going to like it when we get to pick number 4, am I? No, I'm not.
You're not.
That's
you're
okay.
Really not. This group A is kind of like the Scandinavian group, really.
It really is. How locked in have you been on these? It's been great. They've been on Fox 30.
I haven't locked in.
I thought it was going to give our 4 o'clock show people a chance to take a break, but we started streaming the show instead. So you can watch that on Action News Jacks now instead. So that's good. So you got the Group A, and here you go. Norway has already qualified. The hosts, Switzerland, still with some work to do.
Yeah, I'd imagine Switzerland gets that second place finish. Norway was probably going to get that top. Iceland was always going to be one of these dark horse teams to possibly go through. Looks like they're not going to get their chance to make it to the knockout rounds. Group B, you have Spain absolutely dominating. I think they've scored 12 goals, only conceded 3, if I'm not mistaken.
By the way, in 10 minutes, that Group A wraps up with Norway and Iceland, and then Finland, Switzerland. So that Finland-Switzerland match is going to determine the second team to qualify.
And
on Fox 30, Finland and Switzerland.
Nice.
The other match is on FS1.
This Group B would be a really good men's group, I think. These as women's nations, not too much. Spain is really going to top this group, I think, and then Italy will most likely go through.
There you go. So Spain has already qualified. They are on to the knockout stages. And then you have Italy and Portugal. And what I would assume will be, let's pull up the schedule. That'll be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So same idea. The Italy and Spain play. Okay, so if you're Portugal, you still got a chance. Going to take some work.
Yeah,
you might have to beat Belgium by 9. But you know what? Have at it. Good luck. All right, Group C.
You got Group C.
Moving on.
2 teams already qualified out of this group.
All right.
And
don't have to worry about that one.
Now they play each other for basically the game of the group, which I'm really looking forward to watching this matchup.
It's about matchups, who you want to face in the knockout stages. Okay, Sweden and Germany, moving on. The last one, and this is a big one.
Group D.
For me, obviously, the Dutch ladies, they took it on the chin a little bit against the English.
Yeah, it's a tough team to play, the Lionesses. Lots of talent.
Lost 4-0 against England, and now they play France in the last one.
I was going to say, who is flying right now.
France and Netherlands both beat up on Wales pretty bad.
Yeah, just that French attack, though. Every single time I see those 3 work together, it's really amazing what they can do.
But yeah, as you can tell, the Dutch are in trouble.
Yeah.
Because England should beat Wales. And then the Dutch have to beat France. I don't know if...
Wales' first Euros.
Yeah, first ever Euros. They scored a goal against France. That's exciting.
I'm sure they'd love to get one against England.
Yes. Do it for Goffey. Although Goffey has coached the England squad as well.
So kind of, I'm sure he cheers. I
wonder if any of the girls he coached on the younger stages have made it up to the senior team yet.
I'm sure.
I'm curious. All right. We'll text Goffey. We'll find out later. All right. So that's the Euros. Shout out Fox 30, showcasing a lot of those matches. Derek let me know if I want to borrow the pink jersey. I do have the pink jersey at home as well. I remember early years we had those jersey auctions that we would do, raise some money. We should bring that back at some point. Maybe when we get back to the pro team, we'll get back to some of that stuff. Shout out to that pink jersey for breast cancer awareness. That was a good one. Okay, so we move from Euros. Let's jump to, which one you want to go? Open Cup?
Yeah,
Open Cup. Let's go Open Cup. Or the MLS Cup, because it's down to 8 teams, all 8 teams in the MLS, which for me, I don't like it.
I know you don't like it, but
you're okay with it because you like MLS. But the idea of the cup to me is the cup sets. I like the cup sets.
Yeah, but you got to remember, some of these teams probably won't be in it to even go to MLS playoffs.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so this is a huge deal.
Doesn't matter.
This is a trophy, Stuart.
Doesn't matter. I want to see. I want to see Appalachian FC taking on Nashville SC. Their logos, by the way, somewhat similar, very yellow and black and shaped like that.
Well, speaking of Nashville SC,
no Sasquatch in there.
They go down 2-0 within the first 25 minutes of that matchup, end up scoring 5 unanswered goals.
Wild.
After that first matchup at the top, you see Philadelphia Union, New York Red
Bulls. Rained out last night?
Like torrential downpour, worse than what we were having.
When are they doing
here
that
in
one? Tonight
Jacksonville?
now?
August 13th.
What now?
August 13th? August 13th.
That's a month from now.
Well, it's kind of weird because they're able to spread these out so much that they're kind of just jamming in the middle of
the semifinals aren't till September.
Yeah. Well, remember the last time we talked about U.S. Open Cup? I think you were still on the show. Like you hadn't taken your leave of absence yet.
See, that's a problem.
Leave of absence.
It's called paternity leave.
I like
the
leave of absence.
The leave of absence, like I was out handling some personal matters. No, I had a baby. Come on. Jeez. Okay. Anyhow, U.S. Open Cup. Watch Philadelphia take on New York in 2027. Semifinals will be in 2029, and then championship in 2034 when they finally meet to decide the U.S. Open Cup.
Well, Minnesota.
Why is it?
You're able to let me get through these games.
I'm not. No, I'm not. We're done.
I think you're disappointed.
No, I'm disappointed. We're done talking about the U.S. Open Cup. I love the U.S. Open Cup until it gets to the point where it's all MLS teams, and then I'm out.
Austin's first semifinal appearance. I got to put that in there.
Okay. Good job, Austin. By the way, good luck, Austin. Our Austin on Action Sports Jacks 24/7 inside the Octagon on Saturday night, man. We'll be rooting for him in Nashville, by the way.
Wait a minute. I'll be in Nashville this weekend.
Are you really?
Yeah. Can I go?
Why not? Go get a ticket.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, man. Go support him. Heck, he might get you on the ringside crew. Like, you can hold the bucket. I don't know. Be part of the walkout crew. I don't know what the arena looks like there. I'm 90% sure I saw it was in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there for a baseball tournament.
Abby, you got to go support our guy. Austin Lane fighting on the main card. I think he's like the second fight on the main card out of 5, something like that.
I can tell you right now, Austin Lane's going to like the weird soccer story of the week.
I agree with you there. We're going to get to that in 1 second. But first, we've got the Club World Cup. Let's talk about that. We're down to 2.
The final 2. It feels like we've been talking about it all month because we have.
We have.
But it's been really fun to watch. It's been a little extra club soccer.
It has been fun. But I will say, much like the Open Cup, I am upset at the fact that it is now just European teams.
I mean, I'm shocked.
Now, they had to fight their way through those other squads, and so they certainly deserved it and got there. But yeah, Club World Cup. Who do we got, Lou?
Yeah, I'm like you said, but I was shocked that we had a Brazilian team all the way in the semifinals. Fluminense played Chelsea to a 2-0 loss. Chelsea go through on 2 fantastic goals from the new signing from Portugal. And on the other side, the flip side, you had the 2 powerhouses of Europe, Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid, and PSG get the job done 4-0. Absolute domination.
You saw a 4-0 domination by PSG.
So I did.
Against Inter Miami.
In a similar fashion. But Inter Miami losing by the same scoreline as Real Madrid, had more possession than Real Madrid did, had more shots on target than Real Madrid did, and had more big chances than Real Madrid did. So I think that's a very interesting stat. Obviously,
who's going to win the final?
PSG. Not even close.
Not even close. All right. Well.
I think you might see another 3-0, 4-0.
Okay.
That team is just firing on all cylinders. It's really, really fun to watch.
Give me the upset. I'll go the other way just to be a contrarian.
Never happening.
I don't care about either team, but I will be a contrarian and say that Chelsea gets the win. By the way, Derek points out in the comments, Club World Cup final watch party. They're going to watch it at Ruby Beach on Sunday, followed by the Section 904 regular season player awards. The players usually attend that one too, so if you want to go catch up with some of the players for the Jacksonville Armada and some really awesome supporters of Section 904, you can go and do that. Weird soccer story in a second. One more thing, Gold Cup.
Gold Cup.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Do we win a silver cup because we got second?
No, and
no, that's not a thing.
We kind of skated our way by a bunch of these mid-range teams within the FIFA rankings. We finally face a good opponent and absolutely get dominated. We scored really early in that game, but Mexico had control over the rest of the matchup. Edson Alvarez played a fantastic game.
We, in this case, being Team USA.
Yes, I'm American. Sorry about that.
I'm just pointing. I realized I hadn't said.
Just came in,
I just kept saying we instead of saying Team USA.
And we lose. Again. The U.S. men's national team.
It's we. We're Americans. We could say it. They lost, but sets up for next year with the World Cup, which will be here in the U.S. All right, we end it as mentioned with a weird soccer story of the week, and this was a submission by one of our Action News Jacks employees. Xavier sent me this, and I want Austin on our team if we're going to play this brand of soccer.
Oh boy,
we're boxing and soccer at the same time. You've seen like boxing and chess at the same time. Well, this looks to be. I don't know the rules. I
don't know if there are rules.
How are some guys not wearing the headgear and some are?
I think it's like original UFC rules. You know when the UFC had like no rules but like pulling hair? I think that's it. I think that's the
not a lot
rule.
of these guys have much hair, so that's probably good. But what
I tried to find some information. There is none, by the way.
Guys worried about getting a cross off. Instead, he's getting a cross to the head. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, enough of the New Orleans footage from last night against the Armada. We're going to leave you now. We'll see you Saturday night. Yes, playoff right here, Action Sports Jacks.